Thanks for being here today as we celebrate the fellowship, our church family, and most of all, God's faithful and abundant goodness. It's been quite a year here at the fellowship. In the past 12 months, we've worked closely with our strategic partner, the Malfers Group, to better position ourselves to live out our mission of being a loving community, building up followers of Jesus, and sharing the good news of His gospel everywhere we go. The strategic leadership team and the groups they've put together, and so many others, have given much to help improve many aspects of church life here. The fellowship sure is a generous family. Join me in hearing from some of those who've been involved.
I want to share with you the exciting work happening in the community outreach team here at the fellowship. Our team of 5 dedicated men and women, along with dozens of you, from seniors to teens to ABFs, have been involved in reaching out to our community with the good news of the gospel. We started small this year with 3 different neighborhood events at the Avalon apartment complex across the street from us. They were wonderfully successful, and I hope that you've had the opportunity to see the videos that we shared during church services. In the coming year, we look forward to expanding that beyond Avalon to the greater Easton community. And we hope you're going to join us for this life-transforming opportunity. Thank you.
I'm speaking for both the facility setting and the building and grounds because we're sort of joined at the toolbox. It has been said that first impressions are important. While a book should not be judged by its cover, many people are unlikely to read it if the cover's not inviting. We want an inviting facility that is welcoming and well-maintained. So we have painted the parking lots, we have cleared the uphill of bushes and trees, making us more visible to those who pass by. We have replaced watermark ceilings throughout the building, replaced the kitchen deck, a new heater in the ladies' room, new holly bushes by the rear entrance of the worship center. Room 4 and the electrical closet have been cleared out. The entire building has been rekeyed for greater security. There are new faucets in the men's and ladies' room, repainting of much of the downstairs. The music room was given a facelift, and there are repairs to rug throughout the building. Timers were installed on some of the exterior lights, making for greater security. If you'd like to join us, just throw some extra money into the collection plate or come on out and help us. We'd like to have you with us. Thank you.
I've been privileged to work with the stewardship and finance team under the revisioning process here at the fellowship. We've been working in a number of areas, such as online giving, the stewardship program, giving kiosks, deferred planned giving, and most recently we completed our work on the budget for 2018-2019. We've submitted that to the elders, and we're now looking for a consensus from the church. Currently, we're working on the stewardship program, giving kiosks, and deferred planned giving. The stewardship program is designed to be run through the ABFs through biblical instruction, and then we'll possibly have workshops on a Saturday or a Sunday in the commons area to apply those biblical principles in a practical way. Giving kiosks, we're looking to maybe at some future date have electronic devices in our common area where people can give through those electronic devices, similar to how they give through online giving. Just wanted to thank everyone for our team for their participation in this endeavor.
A year ago, when we started the strategic re-envisioning process, Scott Ball gave each person on the leadership team a small rock with the words, "The Fellowship, SLT 2017. We were to place this rock in a place of prominence in our home to be reminded to pray for this process. When I see this rock, I pray. But I also think of a rock as being foundational. The 3 teams I would like to highlight are discipleship, leadership development, and mobilization. These teams are made up of 6 individuals each, and they meet regularly, and much of their work is foundational. The discipleship team has focused on looking at the characteristics of a disciple and have begun to create a pathway for discipleship here at the fellowship. They've designed a wonderful graphic that uses the 6 values of the fellowship to guide in that process, having Christ as the center. The leadership development team has worked on defining 5 levels of a pathway to leadership at the fellowship. For each of these, they have identified core skills and character traits that those leadership levels should have. In the future, they will be looking at how we evaluate leaders at various levels, but also looking at how the fellowship can provide supportive leadership development. Lastly, the mobilization team, with its purpose of seeing all the people of the fellowship serving in ministries that use their God-giftedness, has been working on developing a divine design PowerPoint to present workshops to guide people into discovering their God gifting and area to serve. They are also looking to improve job descriptions for staff and volunteer levels, so there are clear identifiers of spiritual gifts needed. With these 3 teams, there have been foundational work done. Because of that foundation, we believe that will be an encouragement for many at the fellowship to be discipled, to grow as leaders, and to be able to use their gifts to serve.
One of the exciting changes to come from the re-envisioning process was the creation of the communications team. As a church, we have many methods of communication, and the comm team is working towards a cohesive strategy for communicating well within the church as well as outside in the community. We now have a new logo and design guidelines, which you can see on social media, the website, and the bulletin, and you'll start to see in more and more places around the church. We have new values statements drafted, and the values are displayed on banners in the commons. We are supporting our teams in creating graphics and promotional items for outreach events. We've started weekly email updates and more regular postings on social media. Look for more improvements to come in the coming year. Another team that's been busy is a creativity and innovation team. While often working in the background, this team is tasked with taking a fresh look at how we do things, whether our approaches are still effective, if there are new ways of working, or if there are things we haven't considered before. You'll see some changes in the worship arts ministry, which was an area identified as needing updating. We've started to plan our services around a central theme, picking scripture passages, songs, and other elements to drive the sermon message home. We're trying to be more aware of guests who may be with us, making them feel welcome, avoiding insider logo and acronyms that make guests feel like outsiders, and making stylistic updates to more effectively reach our community for Christ.
Thank you to all who have been involved in some way in all that's gone on here in the past year. There is no task too small if it's done for His glory. Thank you for being so committed to the fellowship and our church family. As we look ahead, let us together, as one unified body, no matter where we are on our own spiritual journey, step out in faithful openness to what God has planned. He really is the one that's at work here anyway, wouldn't you say? If we seek Him, He will be faithful to guide us. God bless.